Dear students, today I am going to discuss about some theorems on sequences, and the first theorem is if the sequence Sn converges to S, K is in R, then the sequence K into Sn converges to Ks, that is limit K into Sn is equal to Ks is equal to K into limit Sn. Okay, what is given condition here? The sequence Sn is converges to S, that means sequence Sn is converges to S and K is in R, then limit of K into Sn is equal to Ks or K into limit Sn. Solution. The above result is trivial for K is equal to 0. And let suppose we are taking K is not equal to 0. Take epsilon greater than 0. Then what about epsilon by mod K? If epsilon is greater than 0, epsilon by mod K is also greater than 0. Since limit Sn is equal to S, there exists n such that n greater than capital N. This implies mod Sn minus S is less than epsilon by K. This is by using definition of convergent sequence. This is also written as mod K into mod Sn minus S less than epsilon. Therefore, small n greater than capital N, this implies K modulus of K into Sn minus Ks less than epsilon. Therefore, limit of K into Sn is equal to Ks only. Okay, this is first theorem completed, first theorem. Now we take the next slide, continuation of the next slide. Here theorem 2, if Sn is converges to S and Tn is converges to T, Sn is converges to S and Tn is converges to T, then Sn plus Tn converges to S plus T, that is limit of Sn plus Tn is equal to what? S plus T only. So proof of this theorem. First of all, we are consider let epsilon is greater than 0. If epsilon is greater than 0, since what is given Sn is converges to S means what is by definition of convergent sequence, there exists n1 such that a small n greater than capital n1, and this implies modulus of Sn minus S less than epsilon. By using convergent sequence of convergent sequence definition only. According to that definition, we have to write it. Limit of Sn is equal to S means there exists n1 such that small n greater than capital N1. This implies modulus of Sn minus S is less than epsilon by 2. And also we have given Tn converges to T. So Tn converges to T means since limit Tn is equal to T, this is also according to definition of convergent sequence, there exists n2 such that n greater than n2, this implies modulus of Tn minus T less than epsilon by 2. Here let n is equal to maximum of n1 n2, therefore n greater than capital N, this implies n greater than capital N1 and n greater than capital N2. Here consider this implies modulus of Sn plus Tn minus S plus T is equal to rewritten as modulus of Sn minus S plus Tn minus T. Now divide the modulus separate the mods according to triangle inequality. This is modulus of Sn minus S less than or equal to modulus of Sn minus S plus Tn minus T. Continue the next slide. Sorry, here continuation of the second slide on modulus of Sn modulus of Sn plus Tn minus S plus T is written as modulus of Sn minus S plus Tn minus T. By triangle inequality, modulus of Sn minus is what? Less than epsilon by 2. Modulus of Tn minus T is also less than epsilon by 2. So less than epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2 is equal to epsilon. Therefore, limit of Sn plus Tn is equal to S plus T only. So now continue the next slide. Here next theorem. This is also very important theorem. If Sn converges to S and Tn converges to T, then Sn Tn converges to St only. That is, limit of Sn into Tn is equal to limit Sn into limit Tn. Proof. Limit we have given by definition of convergent sequence. This is written as what is given here. We have modulus of Sn Tn minus St is written as Sn into Tn, modulus of Sn into Tn minus Snt plus Snt minus St. Here adding and subtracted by one value, that is Snt only. Adding and subtracting for the consider value. What is considered? Modulus of Sntn minus Snt. This value we are adding to this value, that is Snt plus minus Snt. And now simplifying, here less than or equal to modulus of Sn into mod Tn plus 1, modulus of Sn modulus of Tn plus 1 plus modulus of Sn minus S into modulus of T only. Since Sn is convergent, so Sn is convergent means Sn convergent S limit of Sn is equal to what? S, and Sn is bounded also. Therefore, there exists m greater than 0 such that modulus of Sn is less than or equal to capital M only for all n. Now, by definition of convergent sequence, lift epsilon greater than 0, since limit Tn is equal to T, there exists capital N1 such that n greater than capital N1. This implies modulus of Tn minus T less than epsilon by 2. Since limit we know the limit Sn is equal to S, and there exists N2 such that this implies n greater than capital N2. This implies modulus of Sn minus S less than epsilon only. Continue the next slide. Here let epsilon greater than 0, since limit Tn is equal to T and limit Sn is equal to S, there exists N2 such that n greater than capital N2. This implies modulus of Sn minus S less than epsilon by 2 into mod T plus 1. Here we take the maximum value from N1 and N2, that is written as let capital N is equal to maximum of N1 N2. Therefore, n greater than capital N, this implies modulus of Sn Tn minus St is less than or equal to modulus of Sn into modulus of Tn minus T plus mod T into modulus of Sn minus S. So we know the what is the value of modulus of Sn, capital M. Modulus of Tn minus T, epsilon by 2m, and plus mod T, here mod T plus what is the modulus of Sn minus S, epsilon by 2 into epsilon by 2 into epsilon by 2 into bracket of mod t plus 1. That is here epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2 is equal to epsilon only. So here we got epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2 is equal to epsilon. How do we get here epsilon by 2 is equal to 1? That is here we consider modulus of t by mod t plus 1 is less than epsilon only. Sorry, less than 1 only. So here this is less than 1 means here very less value. So we are not taking that value. So this is we are considered this value of this equation is epsilon by 2. Therefore, limit of Sn into Tn is equal to St. Epsilon by 2 means modulus of Sn Tn minus St is less than epsilon means here limit of Sn Tn is converges to St only. That means S into T is equal to limit of Sn into limit of Tn only. Continue the next slide. Now here we know the some properties, and by using that properties we have to prove an example. Prove limit Sn is equal to 1 by 4 when Sn is equal to n cube plus 6n square plus 7 by 4n cube plus 3n minus 4. We have what is given condition here, limit Sn is equal to 1 by 4. We have to show that Sn is equal to some finite value. So here we have Sn is equal to n cube plus 4n square plus 3 by 4n cube plus 3n plus minus 4. Here we know that limit of 1 by n power p is equal to 0 for p greater than 0. Therefore, what about limit of 1 by n? According to that property, limit of 1 by n is equal to 0, and according to same property, limit of 1 by n square is also 0. Limit of what is here? Limit of 1 by n is equal to 0, limit of 1 by n square is also 0, and limit of 1 by n cube is also 0. Now substituting these values in given equation, limit of Sn can be written as taking the n cube is common from that problem. So n cube is common, takes n cube common from that, that is n cube into 1 plus 6 by n plus 7 by n cube, and in denominator n cube is also common. So here 4 plus 3 by n square minus 4 by n cube. So what about limit of Sn? Limit of Sn is equal to limit of 1 plus 6 by n plus 7 by n cube plus 4 by 3 n 4 plus 3 by n square minus 4 by n cube. So we simplify, we got limit of Sn is equal to limit 1 plus limit 6 by n plus limit 7 by n cube by limit 4 plus limit 3 by n square minus limit 4 by n cube. So limit of Sn is equal to what here? 1 plus 0 by 4 plus 0 minus 0. That is equal to 1 by 4 only. Now continue the next slide. So finally, what is the limit of Sn? Limit of Sn is equal to 1 by 4. And take the another example. Find limit n minus 5 by n square plus 7. What is given condition? Sn is equal to n minus 5 by n square plus 7. Find the limit of Sn. So limit of Sn is equal to limit of n square. It takes the n square common from both numerator and denominator. N square into 1 by n minus 5 by n square by n square into 1 plus 7 by n square. So limit of 1 by n minus 5 by n square by 1 plus 7 by n square we got. Already we know that property. According to that property, a limit of 1 by n power p is equal to 0 for p. According to this property, we have to solve a problem, that is, we know the limit of 1 by n is equal to 0 and the limit of 1 by n is equal to 0 according to that same property only. Now here what is the final value of this limit? So limit of Sn is equal to 0 minus 0 by 1 plus 0 is equal to 0 by 1 is equal to 0. And take the next slide. Here some definitions are there. We must know the this type of definitions. Without knowing these definitions we can't do some problems. So we must learn and remember these type of definitions. So first one, let Sn be a sequence. Sn be a sequence. We write limit of Sn is equal to plus infinity, provided for each m greater than 0 there is a number capital N such that n greater than capital N, this implies n greater than capital M. In this case we say Sn is diverges to plus infinity only. Sn, for there is a number n such that n greater than capital N, this implies Sn greater than capital M only. If Sn greater than capital M, then Sn is diverges to plus infinity. And we may write another definition. Suppose we write limit Sn is equal to minus infinity, provided that for each m less than 0 there exists a number capital N such that n greater than capital N, this implies Sn less than capital M. Then here we say Sn is diverges to minus infinity. If Sn is greater than m, Sn is diverges to plus infinity. If Sn is less than m, then we say Sn is diverges to minus infinity only. And here some examples are there based on the above definitions. That is, example, limit n square is equal to plus infinity, limit minus n is equal to minus infinity, limit 2 power n is equal to plus infinity, limit root n plus 7 is equal to plus infinity. And we take the another slide, continue the next slide. According to above formulas, above problems, of course, many sequences do not have limits plus infinity or minus infinity, even if they are unbounded. For example, the sequences defined by Sn is equal to minus 1 whole power n into n and Tn is equal to n into cos square n pi by 2 are unbounded, but they do not diverge to plus infinity or minus infinity. So the expression limit of minus 1 whole power n into n and limit of here we take the another slide. Give a formal proof that limit of n square plus 3 by n plus 1 is equal to plus infinity, and consider m greater than 0. We need to find a number n such that n greater than capital n square plus 3 by n plus 1 greater than m. That is, n square plus 3 greater than n square and n plus 1 less than n plus n is equal to 2n. This is also written as 1 by n plus 1 greater than 1 by 2n. So we may write it as n square plus 3 by n plus 1 greater than n square by 2n is equal to n by 2. This is discussion about what is the formal proof here. Let m greater than 0, take n is equal to m, then n greater than capital N, this implies n by 2 greater than capital M. This implies n square plus 3 by n plus 1 greater than n by 2 greater than m. That is, n by 2 is greater than m means here limit of n square plus 3 by n plus 1 is plus infinity. That is diverges to plus infinity only. Now let Sn and Tn be a sequences such that limit of Sn is equal to plus infinity and limit of Tn is greater than 0. Then limit of Sn Tn is equal to plus infinity. So proof of this theorem, let m greater than 0, choose a real number small m such that 0 less than m less than plus in 0 less than m less than limit Tn. Therefore there exists n1 such that n greater than capital N1, this implies m less than Tn, that is Tn greater than m. Since limit Sn is equal to plus infinity, there exists n2 such that n greater than n2, this implies n greater than capital M by small m. Put here, if we take the maximum value, n is equal to maximum of n1 comma n2, then small n greater than capital N and Sn into Tn, this implies Sn into Tn greater than capital M by small m into m. Here Sn value, what is Sn value? Capital M by small m. And what about Tn here? Small m. So small m gets cancelled. So this implies Sn into Tn greater than capital M only. And using the limit theorem and prove the following. Limit of 3n plus 7 by 6n minus 5 is equal to 1 by 2. And limit of 17n power 5 plus 73n power 4 minus 18n square plus 3 by 23n power 5 plus 13n cube is equal to 17 by 23. So what is the limit of 3n plus 7 by 6n minus 5? And this is equal to limit of 3 plus 7 by n by 6 minus 5 by n. So limit of n tends to infinity is equal to 3 by 6 is equal to 1 by 2. Simply we can say this is 1 by 2. And next slide, limit of 17n power 5 plus 73n power 4 minus 18n square plus 3 by limit of 23n power 5 plus 13n cube. We take the common from both numerator and numerator, that is n power 5. N power by n power gets cancelled. 17 plus 17 3 by n minus 18 by 9 cube plus 3 by n power 5 by 23 plus 13 by n square. We got 17 by 23 only. Now we take an example based on the above theorems. Suppose limit an is equal to n, limit bn is equal to b, and Sn is equal to an cube plus 4an by bn square plus 1. Prove limit Sn is equal to a cube plus 4a by b square plus 1 using limit theorems. So here we take the un. Let us we are considered un is equal to numerator value and vn is equal to denominator value. That is un is equal to what? An cube plus 4an and vn is equal to bn square plus 1. So limit of un is equal to limit of an cube plus 4an. So here limit of an cube can be written as limit of an whole cube plus limit of 4an can be written as 4 into limit an. So we got limit an means a and an a cube plus 4 into a cube plus 4a. And what about limit vn? Limit vn is equal to limit of bn square plus 1. So limit of bn square can be written as limit bn whole square plus limit 1, that is equal to b square plus 1. So now limit of Sn can be written as limit of u1 by vn, that is equal to limit of u1 by limit of vn, that is also equal to a cube plus 4a by b square plus 1. These are all using by above theorems. And next problem, let S1 is equal to 1 for n greater than or equal to 1, limit let Sn plus 1 is equal to root 1 plus Sn. First question A, list the first four terms of the Sn. B, if turns out the Sn converges, assume that this fact and prove the limit is 1 by 2 into 1 plus root 5. 1 by 2 into 1 plus root 5. So first find the first four terms of the above sequence. So what is it? N for n is equal 1, s1 is equal 1 and n is equal to root of 1 plus s1 is equal to what is value of s1? 1. That is root of 1 plus 1 is equal to root 2. And n for n is equal to 3, s3 is equal to root of 1 plus s2 and root of 1 plus root 2. And for n is equal to 4, root of 1 plus s3 is equal to root of 1 plus root of 1 plus root of 1 plus root 2. And that is first four values of the above sequence. And B, let Sn is equal to S and then limit of Sn is equal to limit of Sn plus 1 is equal to S. So what about Sn plus 1? Sn plus 1 is equal to root of 1 plus Sn. Take the next slide, continuation of this one. Continue the previous slide. Here we need to prove the S is equal to 1 plus root 5 by 2. This is equal to here s is equal to root of 1 plus s and s square is equal to 1 plus s square minus s minus 1 is equal to 0 and s is equal to, this is quadratic equation s, so we got the s value is 1, s is equal to 1 plus root 5 by 2. So since each Sn greater than 0 for every n, so s can't be negative, s is equal to always positive and s is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 plus root 5 only. And next very important chapter, continuation of this sequence. Here monotonic sequence and Cauchy sequence. Here take this some definitions. What is a sequence? What is a increasing sequence and decreasing sequence? What is increasing sequence? A sequence Sn of real number is said to be increasing sequence if Sn is less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all n. Now otherwise we can say if Sn is increasing, then Sn is less than or equal to Sm whenever n less than m. And also we have defined the decreasing sequence. A sequence Sn of real number is decreasing if Sn is greater than or equal to Sn plus 1 for every n. And another way we can say that if Sn is decreasing, then Sn is greater than or equal to Sm whenever n less than m. And take the monotonic sequence. A sequence either increasing or decreasing is called monotonic sequence. Here some problems are there based on the monotonic or increasing decreasing sequences. An is equal to n cube is the increasing sequence for every n, and Bn is equal to 1 plus 1 by n whole power n is the increasing sequence, and Cn is equal to 1 by n square is decreasing, Dn is equal to 1 by 2 power n is also decreasing, and Sn is equal to minus 1 whole power n, and Tn is equal to cos n pi by 3, and 4n is equal to minus 1 whole power n into n, and Vn is equal to minus 1 whole power n. Vn is equal to minus 1 whole power n by n are neither increasing nor decreasing. Okay, thank you children. This is the end today. Now we discuss tomorrow very important theorems based on the Cauchy's monotonic sequences. Okay, thank you.